pleasure. And welcome to Truth Talks. I'm Ryan Cameron, radio host, philanthropist, and community advocate. And here I have my lovely co-host, Dr. Bryant. And we're so happy to be on this new show, Truth Talks. Now, if you're wondering, what is it all about? Dr. B, tell them.
Listen, Ryan, we all love deep conversation. Y'all know I do, with some good gossip sprinkled just a little bit on top of it. And as you will see, the best conversations happen right here. I'm Dr. Bryant, your favorite doc. And you may have seen me on Teen Mom Family Reunion or on my viral videos with Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, or B. Simone. But tonight, I'm here with my Truth Talks family.
Now, let me introduce the rest of my co-hosts. Some major players in the industry. First off, Willie Moore Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, just in case you didn't know, Willie Moore Jr. is on a TV show.
Okay.
Come on, somebody. I want to say thank you to my mama now. Now, family, listen, of course, you probably listen to the Willie Moore Jr. show. It's a syndicated radio show. It touches a whole lot of people. Shout out to my faith-based community. I want you to do your best to continue to pray for me because I feel like arguing tonight. And then finally, I want to introduce a member that you're going to hear a lot. This is the bell. This simply means you made a good point. Like I just did, you're going to hear that a lot tonight. Flat out.
And our other member, she's already getting members of the Bree Hive coming. So, Bree Renee.
Hey, y'all. Y'all know I'm a proud ATLian, so I go by Bree Renee straight from the A. Radio personality, actress. You might have seen me on Revolt's Black Girl Stuff, but now I'm kicking it over here on Fox Soul on the #1 talk show, Truth Talk. So I'm ready to talk some truth with y'all. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Do it.
All right, so tonight, get ready for some real talk about what's most important in pop culture and Black America, because we're going to be blackly black. All right, let's get into our first story. Are y'all ready?
We ready, Ryan.
Okay, all right, here we go now.
Come on, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard or saw over the weekend, but Beyonce made a much-anticipated appearance at Kamala Harris' reproductive rights rally in Houston. She did it for H-Town. Her and her Destiny Child sister, Kelly Rowland. Let's take a look. Okay.
Yeah, so Queen Bee endorsed Harris saying that she wasn't here as a celebrity, but she was actually there as a mother. And then model/personality and die-hard Trumper to the fullest, Amber Rose, hated on the speech, accusing Beyonce of stealing her words about motherhood from the RNC back in July.
The world revolves around providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life.
Child, then, like you said, Amber Rose took to social media and she commented, she was commenting talking about Beyonce.
Right.
She said, she want to be me so bad. She literally took my whole speech. But I felt like, Amber Rose, girl, have a seat.
Listen, y'all, the Beehive, okay, no, seriously, the Beehive went crazy on the internet, and now Amber Rose is backpedaling like sis should have been from the beginning, saying it was a joke. But listen, y'all, do you think Amber meant what she said?
I think,
hold on, but is now trying to say she was trolling?
No, she wasn't trolling. I mean, she didn't think that. First of all, Beyonce said, "I'm a mother." Amber says mother.
Mother.
So there's a difference.
It is
from the jump. It's mother. So it's a big difference.
Big difference.
I feel like Amber Rose is always trolling. Like from jump, we knew you was trolling when you said it because you were just always looking for attention anyway.
Right.
She never really has any legs to stand on. Yeah. She always is just looking for.
Well, Kanye and Wiz, she's standing on those legs.
Okay, on the third leg.
She be sitting on those legs. My bad. On the third leg. My bad.
You know, when I look at Amber Rose, I'm like, maybe, just maybe, she was with Wiz Khalifa that night. And they was maybe doing what Wiz Khalifa do on that Khalifa. and then when she got off that Khalifa,
right,
she was like, oh my God, what did I do when her inbox was full? So she may have just been trolling.
She always is trolling. She's looking for that social media reaction. Yeah. She just wants, she's dying to stay relevant. Girl, have a seat and raise them kids.
My thing is, I just feel like Amber's always clout chasing, no matter what it is. I feel like, she went to the Republican National Convention, and I feel like that was even clout chasing. She was trying to figure out, where can I place myself so I can get attention and bring more of the optics on me. And I feel like, doing this in the comments was not her trolling. She was clout chasing. I do believe she really does believe in her distorted mind that Beyonce wants to be her in her distorted mind. Yeah. And I think she put it out there for attention. I think she did. There's no comparison between Amber, mother, and Beyonce, who's a mother.
But you know what I did?
different women.
You know what I did think about for a second though? I honestly don't think Beyonce wrote that speech word for word, and I don't think Amber Rose wrote her speech word for word. So I think that the writers definitely know what is going to get the people going. So they know that I'll have to. Yeah, it's provocative. It gets the people going. So I think for a second I was like, maybe it's not a stretch. Yeah. Maybe it was the writers just making similar comparisons.
Right. But even before, if they write it, you still got to, I read, if I'm getting a speech written for me, I'm reading it to see if that's what is in alignment with what I want to say.
How you're going to say it. But a lot of people are saying they're very upset with Beyonce because they felt like the first time she was supposed to make an appearance, everybody's all waiting for her, and then she didn't come. And then the second time, she didn't sing. So they said, I'm here as a mother, not as a celebrity, not as a politician, but as a mother. And actually, some people were booing when Kamala got ready to speak because they thought when Beyonce kept saying it's time for a new song, they thought she was going to go into a new song. So maybe she was trolling.
So they wanted a concert, all right.
I was about to say, maybe they heard Dr. B and said they're not going to give up a concert.
Dr. B love a concert.
Right. The Beehive heard Dr. B and said, don't you do that concert now.
Listen, guys, of course, you know, Amber Rose, do what you got to do to stay relevant if you choose, but don't put yourself in harm's way, okay? Right. But guess what, family? Who's getting out of prison after 15 years?
Oh.
I think I'm Big Meech.
Hey, Larry Hoover.
So Larry's not getting out.
Larry's not giving out.
We praying, but Big Meech is. Demetrius is on his way home. For those who don't know, Big Meech became a household name because of 50 Cent's hit series BMF, or Black Mafia Family.
Is that why he became a household name?
That's what I'm just about to say. Yeah, but if you from my neighborhood, Big Meech, depending on where you from, you already know who Big Meech is in BMF. I'll be honest, I thought they were a record label. Yeah. When I first came,
when you saw the billboard.
They was like, they're a record label. I see this billboard, and I was like, oh my God, I want to sign with them. And then my record rep said, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Listen, I'm from LA, and we know who BMF and Big Meech is way in LA from back in the day. So definitely was a household name. But this is the thing, Big Meech was originally sentenced for 30 years in prison, okay? And after being convicted of drug charges and money laundering, do y'all think that he should be getting out early?
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, Meech has done his time. You know, I've seen posts from other people saying, do not get back into that life. And, you know, the height of the BMF era was, of course, here in Atlanta before the TV show and everything else. You would go to the club and there'd be 8 Ferraris and 9 Phantoms and every other kind of car pulling up. And it'd be all good until something jumped off in the club and then you see bottles flying. So, you know, Big Meech is out. I'm sure he'll be, you know, abiding by the law because 15 years is a long time.
But I think he did 15 out of his 30. Let that black man out and figure out what he can reform and do with his life now. I just think you did your 15 out of your 30. They let a lot of other people out. Let the man come out and see what he can do.
A lot of other people out. Our president candidate, he is convicted of 34 charges and ain't did a day in prison. So I feel like if he can be free, I feel like Big Meech can be free. And then also we are welcoming you at the Blue Flame Lounge when you're ready, Big Meech, because like you said, he now talk about for the economic status. He did it. Okay, do it for the flame. Come on, Big Meech, come on back to Atlanta. Like I think so. I think after that, I honestly feel like anything that's not murder, you definitely deserve a second chance at life. Like after doing so much time, you've been in prison, you've done, I'm sure he's getting out on good behavior, things of that nature. Like, come out.
But he does have to do 5 years of probation, you know, and at the halfway house. But again, like some people don't understand, there were so many hidden compartments and all kinds of stuff. There was a story that was circulating around the state about a limo driver who bought a car at auction and then hit a switch one day. It was a hidden compartment and $400,000 just fell out. And
Jesus,
he turned the money in.
See what you're doing for others.
He turned the money in. He turned the money in. That's all I'm saying. If there's a limo driver out there, I might be able to find that compartment for you.
I don't want that limo driver. Send me the one who's going to split the money. Don't turn the money in, baby. I'm
good.
He's
a genius, though. Major love to Big Meech because he's a very intelligent dude. Love him to life.
He did a lot for the black community.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so moving on to digital creator. Kai Cenat, who struck a deal with the NBA to license, NBA highlights and offer exclusive behind-the-scenes content. And that's major because Kai Cenat is everywhere. He's got all kinds of commercials and everything else. So,
I've seen him this weekend in the iPhone
He's everywhere.
commercial.
He's got McDonald's with the chicken and everything. I mean, he's a force right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the average social media influencers get paid between $41,000 to $100,000 or more a year, which is a pretty decent salary in my opinion. My question to you, Bree, do you think millennials and zillennials are working smarter and not harder by finding untraditional ways to make that money?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm in that millennial age where I remember my parents teaching me, go to college, get you a good job. And I actually graduated from Georgia State University and went and got a traditional 9-to-5. And I worked there a year and a half, and I looked at the row and I'm like, dang, after 40 years, all I get is to move down the row at the cubicle.
Right.
Nobody getting nothing. Like, I'm quitting this. I could do more than this on social media. So I feel like, yeah, we realized that we were sold a dream that's not going to ever cash in. So we might as well take matters in our own hand and create money and be happy, like in our comfort, our own home.
All right.
Yeah.
So up next, we get ready to go in on Dr. Phil. I mean, he rose to fame through Oprah, and now he's hating on DEI. Don't go away. Dr. Forget. We coming back.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back to True Talks, the show that gives it to you straight. And when it comes to politics, there's definitely no sugarcoating involved, right?
Now, that's right, Ryan. Let me hit you with this. Dr. Phil is quoted last night at a Donald Trump rally as saying, the country was built on hard work, added value and challenge, not on equal outcome and not on DEI. Let's take a look at this video.
Street media. This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI.
First of all, I find it hard to believe that a man whose entire career launched off the back of a black woman like Oprah Winfrey is in reverse of DEI. First of all, we wouldn't even know who you was if it wasn't for Oprah. Yeah. And then what hard work? The slaves? Because you talking about it was built on, this country wasn't built on your hard work.
Yeah, his whole entire career was made off of a black job from a black woman. And he's been eating off Oprah since day one. All right, let's go back. The Dr. Phil Show was a spinoff of the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Hello.
The Doctors was a spinoff of Dr. Phil, which was produced by his son, Jay McGraw. Sounds like reverse DEI to me and basically economic amnesia. And I want to just put this part in there. You know, he said at a recent press conference, they've lost their way. And I would love to say it's equal on both sides, but I guarantee you, when Beyonce, George Clooney, De Niro, and Lizzo come out and say they're for Kamala Harris, did you read anything or hear anything about it? No, but you watch what happens tomorrow morning when people find out I came here to talk to you. You say this in Hollywood, and all of a sudden, you ain't got a job. Problem is, I don't need one. Now, the problem with that is, why hasn't Oprah distanced herself from Dr. Phil? Because if it's one person that don't need a job, it's Oprah.
Yeah.
Why she ain't saying nothing about what he said last night?
This is my thing. It's like Mama O set everybody up, right? Everybody up. And I'm gonna go there. I love Mama O. I've worked with her. She's been a mentor of mine, but she set everybody up.
Except a
lot of black folks. And Iyanla happens to be one of them.
She made Iyanla kiss the ring, though.
Well, she did set her up.
She made her kiss the ring.
But she did have her go through some loopholes prior to that.
Kiss the ring.
Yes.
Kiss the ring.
Yes, absolutely. But
Look, I'm gonna let you finish.
But she still got her show on O Network. Iyanla did, and now the show's not there, and it did all right. But my point is, with Mama O, I find that there's a lot of issues that she doesn't address when it comes to it having to do with her personally.
But
now, when it comes to because even
but that's her. But she got enough money.
Taraji Prince.
She got enough money to not have to care about what somebody thinks. But if anybody got enough money to be like, kiss my behind, it's Oprah Winfrey.
Money or not, she's not addressing it.
Because
Taraji Henson had an issue too when they filmed whatever movie they just did, The Color Purple, whatever they did.
Yeah.
And Oprah brushed over that. She would not address that with Taraji at all. Taraji said, look, I'm getting mistreated. I'm not getting paid what I deserve. Right. And then Taraji started to backpedal because Mama O was like, Taraji knows that when she's on working with us that we pay her well. I don't know what that's about. Mama O, you got to start addressing these things in the black community because you got these white men that you put on who are all turning against you.
You know why?
They're all turning against her.
Oprah been kissing them white folks butt for a long time, and that's because that's who write her checks. And we know that she ain't never been for us in our community. That's why when she got all that money, she talking about she went to Africa to build schools. Well, she could have built schools right here in the country. She could have did things right here, and I ain't want to tell you.
What schools Dr. Phil done built?
None. And then Dr. Phil.
The whole point is Dr. Phil is worth $460 million. $460 million he wouldn't have never got if it hadn't been for Oprah.
You right.
The fact that he got up on that stage in front of all them people in what turned out to be basically a racial rally.
It was.
So we got to hold Dr. Phil accountable.
Oprah also gave Nate Burgos and Dr. Oz a show, and they all turned on her. So it's a list of all the white males who turned on her, who she's given shows and opportunities to. Iyanla did not turn on her.
They didn't get up last night on that stage.
But listen, this is my point. As black people, we'll watch a sound bite, and we will judge a sound bite and never get the opportunity to watch the whole dang on speech.
That's true.
I took the time to watch the 17-minute and 17-minute speech that he did. And to be honest, the sound bites are a lot more terrible than what they seem. What his point was, this is my candidate. What I seen on stage last night was a man who supported his candidate. He thought that it was unfair, that there were some things that if Trump says it, it's gonna be big, big news. He realized that at the end of the day, if I begin to fight tonight, they're gonna tear me up. And what he said was, I will not be canceled because I don't need no money. I respect the man who stands on it like a rock. I may not support his candidate, but for a person who does that and stands up for what it is, when he has that type of platform, he knows the backlash he can get.
I love you, man. I
respect
you, but you sitting up here and talking about somebody who is supporting a bully. Somebody who's talking about mass deportation, somebody who's telling people to pack up your whole entire family. You might have been named Lopez 30 years ago, and the whole Lopez people got to go back. And because you came to America and now you're a citizen, they want the whole. You're supporting that. You're supporting all of that by saying what he said in 17 and a half. I don't give a damn if he had 30 minutes. I'm not supporting it. I'm not supporting any of that, bro.
But you don't have to support it. This is his candidate. I'm not a Trump supporter. But if I go with Harris and then all of my Trump friends decide to I just interviewed Kamala Harris on Tuesday.
I heard it.
The people across the country, they tried to annihilate me. I had to come back and say, just because I go out and represent a candidate, this is not time for you Christian evangelicals to come attack me.
Right.
You should support the fact that we're able to have a really great conversation. Here's the thing. What I have noticed in the black community, anybody who goes to that side, they're labeled as a racist, they labeled as a problem, they will get canceled, they will not have a job. So what Dr. Phil did last night was a person, in my opinion, who chose his candidate and he stood up like a It's a lot of silent Trumpers out there.
You had Kamala on last night.
Was dangerous. He's talking about not needing DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. He's not diverse. He damn sure don't need equity, and he doesn't need to be included. So when he's talking about not needing that, and that this country was built on hard work, it was built on DEI, and that DEI happened to be the white people back then. We were not the DEI. We happen to be DEI now.
The DEI
now
that
we
you
are.
yourself have benefited from. Didn't you say you went to a PWI? That you probably wouldn't have been accepted if they didn't have DEI programs. So that's what I'm saying. So I get that. Okay, we support some, or we rock with people who stand for what they stand for. But what if what you stand for is a crock full of shit?
And
like you can't. If you're a racist, that's like saying I support you because you rocking with this racist hard, but you're still supporting a racist. This man has said everything from wanting to destroy families to raping women to like where does it stop?
To
destroying democracy.
Why is the race so close?
Dr. Phil Show
why is the race so close?
Because you're believing a poll. I think you're believing a poll that we have learned from the other race when we thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win. You cannot believe anything that comes out of a poll. We always sit back with our mouths open. The fact is, I had Rosario Dawson on today. She talked about the fact that he offended not only the Latino people, he defended Puerto Rico. The fact that they lost $94 billion in Hurricane Maria, and they are still trying to recover. The fact that he came on that island and threw paper towels at them, they ain't forgot. A lot of Puerto Ricans voted for Donald Trump the last time, but I guarantee you this, he lost some votes after last night.
Right, and then if it was so close, then it wouldn't, and I think that Trump was behind, you know, the ballot mailboxes that got exploded today. I don't know if y'all saw that, they were burned and everything. That I feel like that's Trump trying to, you know, destroy the votes. But I feel like you said, like I said, I think you can't support someone with such radical views that are not for you and then think that we still are going to support you when you are completely tone deaf to what's going on. Everybody want to talk about money, 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 but are you going to sell your country out? You going to sell your soul for a few dollars? And then I like that Kamala came out and educated everybody to say, hey, you know what? Y'all think that Donald Trump gave y'all that little funky $1,200, but it wasn't him. It was Congress. And that was what? A blue Congress at the time. So it's like y'all think that he gonna do so much for y'all financially, but what good is gaining money if you lose our whole democracy system?
Right, sis. And this is my thing. Whenever you start talking about you don't believe in DEI, you don't believe in civil rights, to me, you're telling me you don't believe in human rights. That means that you don't believe in rights for yourself. You have a black woman who gave you a DEI spot on television because that spot could have and should have went to one of us that looked like her, but it didn't. So he took a DEI job, a DEI spot on television.
He took a black job,
a black job, a DEI job, a black job, and blew up in that position. Back then, when you got that first agreement on that talk show, on that spot, you needed the money. Now that you got the money, bruh, now you're doing what most of these people do who don't look like us and saying, now that you ran the plays, now that you fed us, guess what? I don't need it no more.
I don't care what y'all think about me.
To me, that's the ultimate disrespect. Oprah, this is what Oprah needs to show up black, and she needs to say, listen, let me address this. We don't know if that's going to happen. Look, Mama O.
She showed up for Weight Watchers.
Mama O, we welcome you for Weight Watchers and Ozempic. Now, Mama O, we welcome you to Truth Talk, so you can talk the truth about what the problem is with you not wanting to address certain black issues. You got behind Obama, and you talked about supporting him. You behind Kamala, but when it comes to these white men having their way with you, you not addressing that. We have a problem with that. Come on to this show and address it with us. We want to have this conversation.
So here's the thing. A supporter of Trump, I am not. But I did listen to all sides. What I do have a problem with, because I don't want African Americans to be surprised, that come on November the 6th if it doesn't pan out the way that you think it should. Don't be fooled not to believe that there are people who can see past all of the stuff that you are shouting about. They don't want DEI, this, that, and other. I see black folks in there and they're doing the same thing. So I'm just letting you know, until you know the totality of the speech, I think you will have a different understanding if you watch it.
Because when somebody gets up on stage and they point out a black man sitting in the front row, and they said he has a lampshade on his head, he said, oh, that's my friend. You know what? We carved watermelons last night. You let that person come up on that stage. You let them, and it's got the whole banner right there of who the candidates you're being supportive of. So, and if you know this guy, if you go to YouTube, he's got a Netflix special. That is his thing, is to be as racist as possible. And if you have that person up on your stage, then a spade is a spade. So that's all I want to say. But
you're Uncle Tom.
Maybe Oprah should have given, us a show. Well. Coming up next, a few months ago, a black teacher was fired for an inappropriate video with female students that went viral, but is not what you think.
Or is it, Ryan?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
And we're back on True Talks, and boy, we had just tore Willie up.
Y'all gonna leave Dr. Phil alone. Damn.
All right, we're back, and we're talking about the black teacher who sparked controversy after a video of female students unbraiding his hair went viral. Marquise White is back in the news after he defended himself by saying, well, there's a white man who did the same thing.
Yeah, Ryan, I remember this story. Marquise White, he had viewers buzzing over a video he shared of a group of girls taking down his braids and detangling his hair in the classroom, child. He noted that he did have a hair appointment after school, and we all know how that could be. You need some help taking them braids down. But he needed help as well. He was initially suspended for 5 days, and ultimately he was allowed to keep his job, though. They did not fire him, contrary to a lot of people thinking he did get fired.
Listen, y'all, just because it's not illegal does not mean that it's appropriate.
That's right.
That's
straight
right.
up.
And the only reason...
Hold on, if it was me and mine, we had this conversation earlier, Willie. If I see my baby girl taking down any grown man's hair, the teacher, the janitor, the friend, the neighbor, it would have been a problem. I would have told my husband, baby, and you gonna talk to that man. You're gonna have a man-to-man conversation. My daughter's not to be taking down anybody's hair, first of all, in school. Second of all, you're supposed to be teaching my baby. And second of all, baby, you're supposed to be working, doing some schoolwork. Absolutely not.
I just want to ask you this. If it was a female teacher and the female students were taking down her hair, how would you feel about that as a parent?
Honestly, I probably would have been a little bit okay with that, to be honest with you. I probably would have been a little bit okay with that.
And why would you be okay with it?
Because this is a grown man, and a grown man should not be asking
This is a grown woman, too.
This is a grown man. If my son was taking down the female teacher's hair, I'd have a problem with that as well.
Gender. Okay, got it.
For me, it's a gender thing. Now, if the male teacher wants to tell my sons, teach them some men ways of how you shave or how you do certain things, I'm like, bruh, I'm all for it. Go for it. My baby girls do not need to know how to take down anybody's hair unless it's my husband, it's their father. It's a hell no for me.
I got 2 daughters.
It's a hell no.
I got 2 daughters, and the first thing I've been like, listen, Marquise, where's your lesson plan?
Where is that?
Where's your lesson? And then the fact that he said on there that he had an appointment coming up, you trying to save money. So you had the bright idea, back in the school, back in the days when I was in there, they was like, all right, everybody put your head down on your desk and take a nap. He was like, you know what? Y'all come up here and take these braids out my hand and save me, I don't know, $50, $75. So, I mean, again, man, he's doing too much.
But we just had this conversation last week about believing in a young child's dreams and supporting their goals. So what if these girls wanted to be cosmetologists when they grew up?
Then they go to cosmetology school.
Like, I'm saying, but I think to me the issue was with him recording. I don't know
if the clout.
I think the issue was with him recording. Had he not pulled out his phone, had it stayed inside the classroom, one, we wouldn't know about it. We wouldn't be talking about it. You would have kept your job. You would have not got suspended. But I think that it wouldn't be such a bigger issue. Now I know, you know, growing up, I do know that it's always that one little male teacher that do a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
with the
and
girls.
that's the point. The male teacher that do too much starts off by saying, "Can you unbraid my hair, Bree?"
But part of me feel like
absolutely not.
But part of me feel like
Bree,
he wasn't because he recorded it.
I'm happy he recorded it because him recorded it allowed these parents and everybody else to see.
Right.
This fool was out of pocket. My baby girl's not unbraiding your hair so that by the time she's in high school and you teach in high school, you think y'all can unbraid off campus. That is not happening.
And
That's
he really young. He really young. What your old school teacher named Marquise?
To me, you know what?
Ain't no old school that you got Mr. Johnson, Mr. Phillip, anybody named Mr. Marquise.
But to me,
Brother
that's
Marquise from the
grooming.
2 Live Crew.
To me, that's called a form of grooming. That's a form of grooming to me.
Grooming?
That's a form of grooming.
Listen, I think we're going too far. I'm with you, Bree, 100%. The Bible says that we should not let our good be evil spoken of. I think he had good intentions.
I bet. So your baby girls could unbraid a teacher's hair in school right now?
There are literally not that many teachers.
Really?
There are not a lot of men.
There's
not a lot of men teachers, right? And so for him to be in this particular profession, averaging about $40,000 to $60,000 a year in a world, in a world, in an Instagram world where every man is bald.
Willie, I'm pointing and I'm asking you a
Ask me the question.
You're gonna let your baby girls go to school, come home and say, "Daddy, guess what we did on the teacher's plan today? I unbraided Mr. Marquise's hair."
Can I be honest with you?
And what did she followed up with? And
He let his daughter paint on the wall, so watch out.
Ask me.
Yeah.
If my daughter came in and she's in high school and she tells me that I unbraided Mr. Marquise's hair,
what you gonna say?
I'm gonna come in that classroom and tear his ass off.
Okay, all right,
I'm gonna tell you that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do. Since you put it in my lap with my child, but I don't think I watched all of his interviews. And I listened to him and I was like, okay, cool. You made a mistake.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. And I think he learned from it. My only thing is the Bible is my foundation. The Bible say that we should not let our good be evil spoken of. When he put that thing on camera, he decided to put himself on all blast.
And that's why R. Kelly got a song called "Come On and Braid My Hair."
Stop it, Ryan.
That's on.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Come on and braid my hair. R. Kelly got a whole song called "Come On and Braid My Hair."
Exactly. Ryan, that's not what he meant. I think that if he really had ill intent, do y'all think he would be filming it?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
R. Kelly filmed
Did he have 700 cameras? Did he have 700 cameras? Do you think he had intent?
All the groomers filmed their stuff. All the groomers. R. Kelly filmed the little girl licking coke off of his penis. Filmed it.
And then how many times, y'all know that now, it's not like he substituted their class curriculum and their lesson for this. I think it was the end of the day. They were done doing work. Everybody running around anyway. He probably taking his hair down.
In the curriculum.
The girls probably like, Mr. Marquise, we'll help you. I know how to
Turn
braid.
to page 5. Here's Madam C.J. Walker, the inventor of the straightening comb. And with the straightening comb, she braids hair. So let's go ahead and see what Madam C.J. Walker did, and y'all unbraid my hair. It's part of the lesson plan. That man was trying to save money. Come on, Marquise.
Here's the bigger issue.
That man was inappropriate.
Let me say that. Let me say this, and I'm sure we all can agree. The bigger issue is that fathers are no longer in the home. My daughter will know. I teach her from now places where she can't touch, where she can't do. And foundationally, if they believe that they can continuously do that and manipulate our little girls, I believe this. You ask me if my daughter came home and said that, she would know better. Right. She would have something in her shana to say, my daddy will tear me up if I do that, Mr. Marquise. And I'm sure that there were other young ladies in there who said, hey, I would, but I can't do that because my daddy going to tear you up and me up.
But
so
I want
the
to
bigger
piggyback off
issue
that,
is the
Willie.
fathers
No,
in the
that's
home.
true because I had a father my whole life.
Exactly.
And my dad told me a few things. You don't sit on no man's lap. That's your uncle, my homeboys, your friend. I don't care who it is, but daddy. You don't wear certain things around men. You don't be touching on no men when you go to school. If they ask you to do anything, have classwork, it's a hard no. So you're right, I would have already known, like, let me call my daddy, because that's something I cannot do. 100%.
Dr. Cheyenne, well, you better stop rubbing on my back then. Your daddy taught you better. Stop rubbing my back.
I honestly think this is the issue. Like, we want all these teachers to be more involved and more dedicated and more, you know what I'm saying, involved with the students. But then when they are, then you get all this backlash. To me, like I said, the biggest issue was the fact that he recorded someone's child and put them on their social media. I think that's the problem. The problem to me isn't the hair, because like even me as an influencer, as a YouTuber, my friends, they have kids. So when they come around, I ask them, is it okay if your kid is in the camera?
Right.
Do you because I know that it's not me as a perv, but it's people out there on the internet that are pervs. So I feel like that's the issue there. For me, it was the being on the camera.
For me, it's.
But y'all didn't never have like teachers that really took interest in y'all.
But
that wasn't
exactly.
nasty.
I had black teachers, and none of my black male teachers who took strong interest in me ever asked me to braid their hair, touch their head, their body, their ears, anything. There was conversations of leadership, or this is how you do it, or even. Little Cheyenne, you're 16, that might be too, even to the point where that might be too inappropriate for a 16-year-old girl who is a junior in school. My daughter, I want her to have that male type of leadership. Don't wear that Little Cheyenne in class. Not braid my hair. To me, that is a form of grooming. Even if, to y'all point, his intention wasn't to groom. To me,
his intention was for clickbait.
But the effects of that on a young girl could be grooming, even if it's not from him, to say, well, this is okay for me to do this to adult men. Baby girl, it's not okay to do that with adult men. That is inappropriate.
Well, as a father of two, whenever I came to my children's school, I was always looked at like the black unicorn, because they never saw any black fathers down there. So, to all my black fathers right there, go to all the parent-teacher conferences, go in there and show up and show out, and don't let them treat you like you're a black unicorn, all right? Coming up, there's a lot more to talk about with this story, so don't go away. We got more. It's True Talks.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
And we are back on Truth Talks. Let's continue our conversation about the black male teacher who was fired after going viral on TikTok for his female students unbraiding his hair.
Yeah, Marquise White, he actually wasn't fired, Ryan. He was just suspended for 5 days, but he defended his character and his professional conduct and showed another TikTok with a young female student, young white female students bedazzling a white male teacher head.
Right.
So I think everybody's in an uproar about that, you know?
Yeah, that boy should know better. Because we always held to a different standard. He's younger. He fly, and the nerve to film it and post it. Black men, be careful. Is there a generational hiccup here, though? How do we teach our young folks the boundaries that are necessary to be successful? Or are there any boundaries?
Well, my grandmother used to always say this, and I say this to my kids. You know, I had dinner with my 2 daughters for the first time in a long time the other day, and my daughter said to me, I was like, you working hard, you doing what you need to do. She said, and I said, make sure you play hard. She said, yeah, Daddy, like you always told me, you know, do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. When it comes to this man right here, right, the fact that he, you know, only reason he didn't get fired was because in the curriculum and in the handbook of the teachers, they had never had nobody do no foolishness like this before. That's the only reason they suspended him for 5 days. So again, I think that, you know, his problem is the fact that he did it for the clicks and then to come back out. Like, sit down. They've already given you your job back. You need to fall back and teach.
And this is my thing, black, white, or other. It's just, again, it's not on the teaching curriculum. Unless you in a hair cosmetologist braiding class, no child needs to be braiding their teacher's hair. It's inappropriate. It takes away from the time where the teacher should be teaching and the child should be learning. And so even if you do not look at it as, you know, his intent was not bad, that's fine, because I hate throwing any brother underneath the bus. So let's just say his intention was not bad, and it probably wasn't. Again, you're supposed to be teaching, bro. Kids are supposed to be learning,
As soon as you hit record on that phone,
and it's just not okay.
You should have known better.
And
like when you decide to say, you know, I'm finna record this. And so what do you say to the students in that classroom now, Dr. Bree? What do you say to those people?
No, I think that it goes back to what Willie was saying. I think that becomes a parenting responsibility. The parents seeing this video, it went viral. I think the parents should be having a conversation with their little kiddo and saying, baby, listen, regardless of what's going on or how much you love this teacher, you know, you weren't wrong, you're not bad, but let's not put our hands on anybody else. That's a boundary issue. And the teacher allowed you to cross boundaries. That's a boundary issue. No, don't touch my child.
I really think it's a generational thing, and I feel like y'all over-sexualizing it. Like, I think that y'all are really taking away the connection that teachers are trying to have with these students. Like, I personally was a student who had a really good personal relationship with teachers from elementary. I remember I stayed at one of my second grader teacher's house. Like, she ended up being my second grade teacher and my fourth grade teacher, Miss Plow. Shout out to you. Like, these teachers molded me. They ended up being my favorite, and not molded me in a sexual way, but like they definitely were a pivotal role models in my life, and because they took the time to go the extra mile with me. They saw stuff in me.
Hair is off limits.
But hair is not sexual.
But listen to me. Hair is off limits. If you go out to the show today and a man comes up to you and puts his hand in your hair.
Well, first of all, I'm a black woman. Don't touch my hair. Okay?
That's what I'm talking about. That's it. You proved my point exactly.
But it's not sexual.
No, but what I'm saying is,
not only that, right? Hold on, because Bree, when you said you were spending out of this teacher's house, I'm sure your parents had to authorize that as a young girl.
Absolutely.
So if your parents trust this teacher enough to do it, I do agree with you. I think that's authorization. It's okay. This man did not run by these parents first and say, are you okay with this?
I don't think the parents had an issue. I think it was social media that took an upward, because if these students, like,
No, the parents did you not? The parents were all through the comments having a big issue with it. Again, I think even if we're trying to say there was unintentional and unbraiding someone's hair is a cultural thing. Okay, say we go with that. Bruh, did you ask the parents, when you go on a field trip in school, what do they give your kids?
You got a permission slip.
Yeah. Did you ask for permission before? I don't have any kids, but I have 7 nieces and nephews, and I'm sorry, don't put your hands on my nieces and nephews, and do not be having them unbraid your hair unless you run that by their parents and by me, because I'm the type of auntie that's also a mama. Don't touch my babies.
Dr. B, my favorite book says teachers will be judged more than people who are not teachers.
Willie, I ain't going
so
with
if
that.
you put yourself in a teacher's position, you have to handle yourself differently. That's just biblical. So when a teacher decides that he's going to get on social media, white or black, and be touched by a child, you put yourself in harm's way. The Bible even shares that we shouldn't be careful not to even become teachers. Of course, they were talking about biblical teaching, but I believe that teachers is teaching besides anything. Like, teaching is teaching, so they're going to be judged differently. So to your point, Bree, I had some really great teachers who did a really good job. They took me places. I don't even think I would have went to the University of Mississippi if it wasn't for my coach, like molding and shaping and doing what we have to do. But here's the thing. He ain't never touched me ever besides a pat on the back. And you have to be careful.
The whole point, I want to say this really quick.
About the hair.
Because it's boundaries. We all teach our kids, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't touch other people. It's a boundary thing. You
but
don't
when
do
it comes
that.
to hair, you know, like my son had his very first baseball fight. You know, he grew up playing baseball, and we talked about, I was like,
That's so cool.
don't let nobody put their hand in your hair because they want, oh, your hair is, you know, it's curly, and they want to put, I said, somebody put their hand in your hair because as a black man, the most offensive thing you could do is rub our heads or put your hand on top of our heads. We got to fight now, right? So I'm saying it's so intimate by the fact that he had those young girls up there putting their hands in his hair that it's too much.
Why do you think we're so sensitive to hair?
Because I think when you look at the lawn jockeys and the things that was in the front yard and all the things and the bed warmers and all the things that we've been, the PTSD, the post-traumatic slavery disorder that we've gone through, anytime you're doing something that's going to push our button or trigger us back to how we used to be, now we want to fight. But I'm saying, if you putting your hand in my hair, if I go over here and I mess with that bun, or I go over here, she gonna say something to me. It ain't got nothing about being a black woman. It's like, keep your hands
black. Yeah,
off
it is
black.
Well, I have to say, for me, I disagree. I don't have a problem with hair because I'm black. Okay, I love my curly ass hair. I love that it's thick and
it's
poofy.
straight right now.
I love when it's straight. I love everything about my hair. So I don't have a problem with my hair because it's black. I don't want you touching my hair because I'll spend time doing it and you're gonna mess my hair up.
Well, the makeup people did.
Yes, regardless. That's my point. That's it.
think black people,
I'm not embarrassed about my hair, or not even that. I don't have a problem with hair and being black. I feel like we have the advantage because ours can curl up, we can go straight, we can go back, we can go up. We have the most beautiful hair I believe any human can have. You got folks putting in work to have hair like ours and wigs.
So if you're a student and this opportunity presents itself, you and this teacher are just as cool as the teacher that she spoke of, right? And he said, hey, I'm about to rush out and I got to do something. Y'all hurry up and take my hair. I got something else to do. Because he was oversharing. He shared that I had an appointment. I don't know if I want my daughter to know all your appointments, but he was oversharing. And so if you were in that position as a student, how do you handle your favorite teacher asking you for a favor?
If I was a student?
Yes.
Well, again, I'm the type of mother that would say, baby, you don't touch anybody or anything, not a student, not an adult, not anybody. Let me explain something to you. If you were at my house, Willie, and my daughter looked at you as Uncle Willie, like, and you loved her, our kids played together, you were really Uncle Willie since she was born, you could not have my baby take your braids out. I'm not gonna have my daughter take your braids out and your Uncle Willie. It's not that you're inappropriate, baby. It's that I don't want my daughter to think that that behavior is okay for her. And so she goes out the house and thinks there's another grown man who may be nice, like Uncle Willie, and I can just take his hair out. It's not about you, it's more about the child. It says, baby, you can't do that with grown men because everyone may not be as loving and safe as Uncle Willie. Other men are doing sex trafficking. Other men are predators. You don't touch no man nowhere, period. You run, you call mama, you call Uncle Willie to pull up on you, for you, but you don't touch nobody who is not someone who we authorize to do so. And
I honestly think it was innocent. I don't think that he asked him. Honestly, I feel like he was probably in there taking his hair down and he probably didn't even tell.
Bree was there.
I just know I've been in that position. I've been that student. I've been that student who had
take some hair down.
Or just I've had. That's what I'm saying. Every step of the way, I have been cool with my teachers, y'all.
So you've been taking teachers' hair down.
I can name
how long you been taking hair down?
I'm telling y'all, I feel like he was in there taking his hair down, and them students was like, "Oh, Mr. Marquise, can we help you?" And he was like,
what age did you first take a teacher's hair down?
Whatever.
What
I
age
think y'all are making it sexual because we are adults, so we're perverting it. I don't think that the children.
What age were you when you took your hair down, Bree? What age?
I think that the children were innocent in them asking and wanting to participate because they were bored. I have been, like I said, I have spent the night at several teachers' houses. It's never been nothing weird. I did take actually one of my teachers' hair down, and I was at her house, at her apartment when I did it.
You did what?
I was in high school though. I was like probably like 16, 17.
I want to know why you been at all these teachers' houses.
Because I was cool. That's what I'm saying. My teachers,
no.
they were women, of course, not men.
Yeah.
But I had teachers every step of the way where teachers were really involved with my life and my upbringing.
Bree, can I ask you a question? I want to ask
you.
They
were mentors.
Let me ask you a question.
They didn't never do nothing weird, and I think that that's the problem now, that we don't have enough teachers who care about these children.
Can I ask you a question though? Do you believe because your teachers were females that it makes a difference than you being at your male teacher's house at 16 years old just kicking it with him? Do you think there's a difference? You had all female teachers.
Being in the house, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
That's out of the classroom. But in the classroom, I feel like they were innocent, and I feel like we're taking it too far.
Well, up next, we're about to call and make someone famous. You don't want to miss when we come back. We're going to touch their hair.
And y'all going to leave Dr. Phil alone.
Ryan King, you can touch my hair, Ryan King. You can touch my hair. Go on and touch on my hair.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Welcome back to True Talks. We want to have a little fun every week with a segment that we can let you at home join in on. Each of us will FaceTime one of our famous friends and see how they feel about something we discussed today. Tonight, it's going to be Dr. B making the call.
Oh, Lord. Let's see, y'all, who I got.
Yeah, who you got over there?
Get out my business,
I'm just
Brian
saying, I want to
King.
see who it is.
You stay in my, you like a real big
Oh,
brother.
here you go.
Stay in my business.
I heard you were going.
Let's see what we have.
Calling Dr. B.
Who is it?
I'm running out of famous friends.
Uh-oh.
Hello there.
Judge Joe Brown, what's up?
Yes, sir. How you doing? Yes, ma'am.
You are live on my new talk show, True Talks. Turn the light on so we can see you, JB. Turn the light on.
You got your light. I'm in the back of the car coming back from a journey.
JB is one of my bestest friends. Hold on, what you got in the back? Do I say Trump something in the back? Judge?
Hey, you know, there is. Some of us aren't on that other side.
Okay, well, we're going to get into that. I just want you to meet my host really, really quick. So, y'all, this is really one of my best friends, Judge Joe Brown. Y'all know he was the biggest judge on TV for, Judge, how many years? 20 years, 30 years? You shut
15
years. He was the biggest judge.
Yes.
Y'all know that voice, that Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah.
There we go. We need some light. So this is my co-host,
All right, there we go.
Bree Renee from the A.
How you doing?
Yes. This is Willie Moe Jr.
Hey, Brother Brown, how are you doing, sir?
And this is the legend. He is the voice of Atlanta. His name is Ryan King.
How you doing, Judge?
All right.
Nice to see you.
How are you? I'm back in Atlanta, as a matter of fact.
You're back in the A. Wait, Judge.
That's where I am right now. So I'm right down the road from you. I just got back from almost Florida.
I have a question for you, JB.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You coming from being a judge, coming from obviously more of the law, justice background, what do you think about a teacher, a male teacher, having all of his students take his braids down in class, all his female students take his braids down in class because he has a hair appointment that following that classroom or that school day that he needs to get his hair done. All the female students, I think they're like 9 years old, he puts it on social media, they're all taking his hair down. And so what is your opinion on that? Do you think that's appropriate, illegal, it's okay, it's a cultural thing? What do you think?
He needs to be applying for unemployment insurance. And he'd probably be denied, too.
Wow.
Yeah. How would you feel if it was your daughters?
I don't have any daughters, but I have a granddaughter, and she's fine as she can be. Let's put it this way. I won't say what I do, but, you know,
got it.
Accidents might happen.
Okay, so, JB, Judge.
Oh, it's so tragic. He slipped and fell.
I love it.
So have you watched the show? Have you watched my new talk show?
Yes.
You have? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I have. We started on the 21st, Monday.
Yes.
Last. I like it because you know what the devil you're doing, and you're beautiful. You always were my fantasy woman in terms of the looks department.
Judge,
you're
you
brainy as you
live
can
on
be,
the
and I
show.
like
Catch
strong,
that
brainy women, and you're what it is. And some of the lightweights that masquerade and try to come up with things to say can't come close to you.
Oh.
You're watching
So I
True
like it.
Talks.
There you go.
Thank you. Say, Judge, can you say for us you're watching Truth Talks?
You're watching Truth Talks, and it's something you should listen to. And there's a beautiful bunch that's telling you what it is.
Thank you. And
you want me a little shorter edition? Check out Truth Talks.
we love it, love it, love it. And so, yeah, next time you FaceTime somebody, Judge, make sure you either got them Trump lawn signs either in the front or far, far in the back.
No, I'm not going to put them far, far back. That's my man.
That's right. So, okay,
I'm sorry.
So you're open, it's okay. Can I ask, okay, so are you supporting him openly?
Yes, I am. In fact, I've been all over Georgia talking about it. We spoke 7 different places. Even managed to talk to a college football team.
And this is not only a black man. This is a high-powered, high-valued, high-functioning black man who's been a judge for I don't know how many years, an attorney, all in the courtroom, and he is supporting Trump. He's saying that out loud.
Well, he gonna take away
Hey,
democracy.
wait a minute. Grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Ran Trinity Avenue Elementary School playground. We had Tookie Williams, who founded the Crips, on our playground. We had Barry White, the singer, on our playground.
That's my uncle.
There we go. So we did it. We made it happen. Paid a lot of dues.
So let me ask you this real quick, Judge. I want to ask you this because we had a big discussion about blacks for Trump. Just tell me, what do you think it is that Trump is going to do for blacks that the blacks don't have an understanding of?
We don't identify his opponent, who we think is a fake. 1, 2. You know, we are into this man thing, and the party she represents has been trying to call us toxic, and we're not buying that. And the other thing is the president is, by the way, the commander-in-chief, and we want a man for a war chief.
Got it. And economically, real quick, we got 30 seconds. Economically, what do you think he's going to do for us as black community economically?
I'd rather have a billionaire who's proven that he can manage a big business as an executive rather than somebody that's never led anyone. And when she was in California doing her thing, it was so. In the story,
Judge,
she didn't get voted in. She didn't win a primary.
Right.
She didn't even go through the proper caucus process.
Got it. Judge,
so, hey.
Judge, I love you. Thank you. You're in the A. I'll see you soon in a minute. And thank you so much. I love you.
Hey, I'm going to do dinner, too. All right.
Absolutely. Love you, JB.
All right, dear.
You heard it from Judge Joe Brown, y'all. That's True Talk. You heard it.
Looking good.
Thank you.
The phone.
You've always been my favorite.
We done lost all our black leaders, Ryan. I don't know what we gonna do.
You always been my favorite, and I always wanted. Listen, come on, I don't give a damn what he was saying. All he was saying, you always been my favorite. Come on, Brian. Come on there with your pretty legs. Let me see you. Let me take you out to dinner. You know, listen, man. Let me tell you something.
I am.
Judge,
this is why the
that's what I'm saying. They got nothing to do with it.
This is why we have lost hope.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow for more deep conversation with Willie Moore Jr., Bree Renee, and the pretty legs. You know how it is. You know, make sure we go to dinner. I'll be waiting on you. We're going to go to Chops or Lobster Bar or one of them places that you want to go
Right. They got to meet us in the comments because we got to go in on this. We didn't get to talk about that.
Meet us in the comments. Tune in next week for our election night coverage. It's True Talks, man.
Leave it
We'll
in
be
the
tracking the
comments.
results live as opposed to closed.
Go to the comments.
Good night.
Go
Good
to
night
the
to all my
comments.
pretty leg
Love
girls.
y'all.
Go in the comments, y'all. Meet me